was able to see some of the, well, the edits as they went along, and just to see how Tom had put things together. When you shoot a movie, you shoot a small segment. Then to see it all together, you go, wow. And there was a couple times where I was watching things going, wow, this is, I knew it was good, but then I went, this is really good, without sound or the music. And just, so just to see all the talents from the director, writer, producers, actors, everyone who's put their talents together, and then these little pieces that you see at the beginning, and then to see the end result of it, it's like, wow, yeah. I just want to be involved more and more and stuff like that.
The film was actually posted in Sony Vegas 9.
Oh, okay.
The sound was done in SoundForge for the most part. The editing of the restaurant scene. It was originally supposed to play out in its entirety and then go on to the love scene afterwards. But the restaurant scene wasn't working. So Jeff and I had both seen Steven Soderbergh's film Out of Sight. And there's this beautifully, amazingly romantic dinner between George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez. Beautifully cut together. And of course that came from a Nicholas Roeg film, I believe it was called Don't Look Now. And then there's, again, this wonderful scene between Julie Christie and Donald Sutherland that was love scene that was intercut with them getting dressed, preparing to go for dinner. So we took a page from that book of editing, but rather than coming across as a domestic couple who were still in love, or as an insanely romantic scene from Out of Sight, this one came across as being incredibly cynical. Cynical about relationships, cynical about love. The characters, especially Gwen, she is, at this point in the film, a very hardcore cynic. Peter the villain, on the other hand, in his own way, is actually an idealist. He's actually, in his own way, almost a romantic. But her character and the editing make the entire scene come across as being very cynical, and Jim's score plays perfectly opposite that. And again, that's such a beautiful way to make a scene work.
I think it shouldn't be music, cliche, standard kind of fight scene music. I think it should be more of an ambient kind of sound effecty music to fit in with the actual sound effects, and that as the director is asked, he would prefer probably not to have music during the fight scene, but rather have it during the aftermath.
Okay.
I mean, we can certainly try it either way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of avoiding the usual cliches.
Like, don't.
Because usually in any Hollywood film, the second the fight starts, you're getting all this incredibly loud, pointless music.
Like, and Jim just said, I could put Eye of the Tiger in here, but it's like, that's sort of what we're trying to avoid.
I'll sing it naked.
No.
A cappella.
No. A cappella's fine. Naked is not.
No, naked is not, trust me. Yeah.
Now again, I'm open to anything on this scene. From no music at all to anything you may concoct. I have no set.
I think there should be just like, city noise and stuff. I don't think there should be music here. What do you think, Andy?
I think it's an opportunity to completely change what you're doing, because I find this kind of, I don't know, I almost see it as slightly fanciful.
See, originally this entire scene played out where the medicine worked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured I've never seen medicine that works that quickly.
Right.
So I cut the last half of the scene. But you see him again at the end, obviously.
Right. I think it'll be incredibly long without music.
Mm-hmm.
It is just.
You know what? I agree with totally. I think
Yeah.
you hit the nail on the head there.
There's
It-
no dialogue. There's only so much city noise you're going to want to listen to. I think you're going to need something to help move it a little faster.
Yeah, I have to agree with that completely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what he had.
I don't know if you want to reintroduce the High Park chase music here during those scenes.
I was thinking that. I'm thinking, because we're doing these flashbacks or.
As
showing
he's
when
trying to work it out, yeah.
Yeah, that.
And he's not 100% accurate, but
Yeah.
as we can see, because we never saw the scene before.
Yeah.
But he's got it in broad strokes.
Yeah. So maybe with a hint of that music, bringing it back will help make that connection for the audience a little more.
You think so?
Well, is that too obvious?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, why is that?
Why is it too obvious? Because it's what would be expected. You know, you're going to bring the music back for that thing, but I think the music, when it's really happening in real time, you can use it. But when you're coming back as a memory or a theory, you really can't do that. I think you have to let because the guy, when he thinks, he won't be thinking with a music track in his head. He'll be thinking just, just give him air so he can go think of the idea.
Okay.
Do you sort of understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah. He won't be having a music track running through his mind. He'd be trying to think of what happened, the incident. If it's really happening and your heart's pounding, that's what the music's for. But you already know that a crime has been committed, and he's trying to put them together. So you don't need the music to go make the memories or the theories trying to work out exciting, because you've already gone through it. You know that she's being chased. There's a dead person. So I think that's sort of redundant to do it again.
Why
Do you
not help
understand?
her get out of town?
No, but during the door-to-door canvas, there should be music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. No, well, when I say yeah, sure, I mean I'm not. I usually do stuff like in broad strokes, right? I'll definite scenes that need music. I'll do all the things, and then I'll play it again, and then
And you'll start to see where
I'll start to
there should
see
be something or where something
in
should come out. I
between,
mean, that's-
and so it's not like I go along the whole movie and figure out everything. I go along, and the obvious places where there should be music, and then that's where they should be. And basically the whole movie is laid out with the obvious points, and then I come back and I go through each piece of music, the empty sections, and I'll put in pieces of music that 1 second, turn this down, and so between the obvious pieces, I'll put in little subtle pieces to tie the sections together, and then when music shouldn't be there, I won't put it in, but that's how I do it. So it's not like I sit down and I'll write all the parts right away. Usually I'll write, let's say, 50% of them, but they're all the big parts: the intros, the output, the exit, all the chase scenes, parts that need music, and then you start doing the subtleties, filling in the little parts.
Lord.
The way I think about music is the fact that it should not be the focal point unless you're doing a music video. But when it comes to the movie is the thing people come to see. The music, you shouldn't even be aware of it. It should put a feeling or a mood. It should accentuate the situations, the scenes in the movie. My job isn't to, oh, look at how good I am, look what I can do. My job is to go make the movie a better movie and the scene stronger. So when it's dialogue driven stuff, and I try to stay away from there unless it's absolutely necessary. And so you got to check your ego at the door, and it's not about me, it's about the movie. So That's how it is.